Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here and welcome to another resin video. Oh, I wonder what that noise was. Right, so I'm here today with resin mold box because I can't remember, is this December? This might be December, so I haven't, yes it is December, sorry. So I haven't done November's, so I am sorry about that because I've had a lot going on in my personal life. So we do have, so why is my camera doing weird things? So we have got a little rescue, a little Cavalier King Charles called Nala, and she's absolutely beautiful. Anyway, she got diagnosed with she ended up with pyometra. We've had her 18 weeks at time of recording, and she for the first 12 weeks was in heat and then ended up with pyometra. Pyometra is basically where the womb turns into it's like all infected, and it is an emergency procedure, so they have to spare, but it is very dangerous. So she came through the surgery completely fine. Anyway, unfortunately she has suffered either a stroke or she has suffered a blood clot due to the surgery. They are high risk surgeries, and it has been, yeah, it has been an awful time. I can tell you though, guys, that she is definitely on the mend. We've got a long road ahead of us, but I'm just glad that we haven't given up on her. So yeah, anyway, that is that. Now for our Santa box, so that just explains why I'm going to be doing all of this in one go. My lighting's really bad, but I am sort of in the corner, so I do apologize. I'll see what I can do with my editing software, but I do apologize for the lighting. Okay, now I don't have the 3 gnomes, and there's a reason why I don't have the 3 gnomes. It's because I've already done them. I've already had to play with them. So you do get Jolly Trio, and it is just a set of 3 gnomes, but I have put them away, which was very silly of me, but anyway. Next up, we do have the Frosted Flurry lidded star jar, which is this one. Now we're going to be pouring all of these today, so I'm excited for that. So I don't know if you can see, we've got all the snowflakes. It's basically a bauble jar, and it'll sit like that, so I'm excited for that. So we're going to pour that one. It holds 7.8 ounces, but I'm going to estimate about 8.5 because they don't, oh no, sorry, 3.5 ounces, so I would say more 4 ounces for that. And it is a 2-page one as well. We've been so spoiled. Sorry, a 3-page. Next up, we have the Merry and Bright Christmas tree ornament, which is this one, which is looks absolutely gorgeous. So it'll be interesting to see how that one fares. So we're going to pour that. Thinking I'm going to do a big batch of white because there's a few things that I'm just going to do white. So that might be my first pour. Right, next up is the Heavenly Wings trinket dish. This is this one. So these ones are the ones that I'm thinking of pouring in white. And this holds 2.5. Again, I would make up 3 for that. This one says it holds 2 ounces, and I would make up 2.5 ounces. So those I'm going to just pour all white. Now I'm running so low on my white mica powder. That is literally all I have left, so I'm hoping my new batch comes soon because it is definitely something I am using a lot of. Next up, I'm excited to pour, this one is Santa's Snowy Planter Pal, and it's basically Santa carrying his sack. So this one I think I'm going to do in red, maybe red glitter, and then we colour it after the fact. So that's that one. That one holds 5.5 ounces. Now I was watching Reptiles in Resin, and I think it took just over 6 ounces, so I'll probably do 6.5 ounces for that one. Next up, this one I'm really looking forward to having a play with. So this one is a 3D interlocking puzzle pine ornament. So Again, absolutely beautiful, and it's basically reindeer and trees. This bit sort of slides in there, and then you put them on either side, which gives you a 3D effect. So that might be a multitude of colours. I'm thinking maybe adding red in there. So if I did 7 ounces in this one, I can put whatever's left over in this bit, and then if there's any leftover white, we can add colour in to colour them. So that's what I'm going to do, because that one, it says it holds 1.5 ounces. However, I reckon it holds a bit more than that. Next up is a winter woodland leaf tray, and it is huge, absolutely massive. This holds 4.8 ounces, so again I'll probably do 5 or 6 ounces for this one. So I think that one will be nice. I'm thinking maybe doing a mix of like green, red, gold, you know, a mix, all the nice Christmas colours. I think that would be nice. And then the last one that we're going to be pouring and doing, which is the extra bonus one. This is Santa's gift sack storage jar. So there is that. So we're going to pour that, and I think again I might do these two the same, because then it can sort of be like a little set, couldn't it? So I think sort of without thinking too much, I think we need to get our PPE on. So let me grab some gloves. Now my area is quite small now where I work for my resin, and it's trying to get used to the setup, because we are no longer on the main desk, we're off to the side. We do have a vacuum chamber now, which is just fantastic. So we will be using that. So I think to start with, let's work out how much we need, because I think to start off with I'm going to do the white ones first. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to make up 11 ounces, I think. Yeah. So I'm going to get a clear, a normal cup, and then I'm going to reuse these ones. But just so I can measure, we're going to do on there. So the ones that we're doing first are these ones. Now, this tray, this glass mat is actually on my heat mat. So that'll be warming these up nicely. So, let me have a look. Was this one? This was one of them, wasn't it? Yeah. So those 3. So let's move them over there. So I do have my resin here. Hopefully it is still quite oh, that's a thought. What is I just have a look on the side of here, because I don't know. So 240 is 8 mils. So how much do I want? Work it out. If I want 11, so 5.5, I need to work this. So yeah, I bet there's a way of doing it. I'm thinking maybe 180. Some action. Yeah, do you know what? Let's do 200. So let's do 400. And that should be us good. Yeah, and it is still warm, which is fab. Okay, so there's that one. But I don't want to make it all up in one go, because we can cause a flash cure by doing that. So what I thought is, while we've got one in the vacuum chamber, we can then be pouring the next one, and then that up to 400. Now this has started, it's like a weird colour. It looks as though it's yellowing, even though it states that it's non-yellowing. I mean, thankfully I don't use clear very often. What I have found, a little trick for you, is, so this is a violet, so it's a purple. So it's got, I don't know if you can sort of see it on camera, it's got like a yellowish tint to it. If I just put one single drop of purple in there, this will go crystal clear. It's so weird how it works, and it really buggered me because I picked it up from a channel and I don't know who I picked it up from. I don't know if it was Michelle from Glitz and Glitter. I don't know if it was Reptiles and Resin. Oh, I don't know. There's a few others that I watched. So Claire's Crafty Corner, All Aboard Resin. Yeah, and I have no idea. So look at that. I mean, that is just, if I just do that, I mean, that's crystal clear now. Well, it's really strange how it works, but I suppose it counteracts the yellow, doesn't it? Because you can get that purple toothpaste that makes your teeth white. So yeah, it sort of makes sense. So if you've got a resin that has yellowed, then hopefully, guys, this will help. But it's making me now think, even if I do get a more expensive resin, it is now making me think that actually it might be worth it just putting a drop of purple in, because over time all resin goes yellow, like after years. I'm not talking like next year, I'm talking like, you know, 10 years down the line it can go yellow. So I'm wondering if that tiny little bit of purple will stop that from happening. So that would be interesting, wouldn't it? But so I'm going to keep mixing this. We want it so it's clear. Like I said, I'm going to pop it in these. These have already been used, and that's to keep this one free, so that I can then mix up some more while this is in the vacuum chamber. So I think what I'm going to do, because the vacuum chamber will get really noisy, so I think I'll pop you on a speed up. The only thing is I want you to sort of see the process of me mixing my colours and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I can't see any strings in there, so I'm going to transfer this into this pot. Like I said, the only reason why I haven't used this one is because I've got dried resin all over it, so it wouldn't give me like an accurate oh, I can't say that word, accurate measurement. So yeah, that's why I'm transferring it over. Okay, so this one's all gonna go white, so I'm getting all of that out, ready for me to pour the next batch. So all I'm going to do, I mean, I will have to split this in two, and I do have another pot here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab my white. I'm going to grab something. Now there's a few ways. There we go, got a spoon. There is a few ways, maybe a tiny bit more. You can put your mica powder in. I've seen people using the alcohol method, where you put it in alcohol first and then mix it. I've seen it where you put the powder in a cup and then mix it into the resin and pour it back in. I'm quite happy just to do it this way. So it does need more mixing, and you do want to make sure that you've got all of that powder mixed in, like really mixed in. The best way to do that is actually by like just keep on stirring and then leaving it for about a minute, and if it's to see if any unmixed powder pops up. So it's really yeah, I mean, look at how white and gorgeous that is. So let's split this. Let's grab this one, and it, like I said, it is going to get noisy, so I am sorry for that, but I really want you to see everything that's going on. But I also want to make sure that we get these the bubbles out of these before we pour. So we're sort of multitasking, which I quite like. Right, let's put this on. So it's about to get noisy. If you don't like the noise, please feel free to fast forward, or turn the volume off and listen to your own music. So vacuum chamber's going on now. There we go. So hopefully that's not too loud for you. So next up, we want these ones. So let's have a look. So I'm wanting 6 ounces for that. The tray mold, we want 5. So 6 plus 5 is 11, 16. Do you know what? I think we're going to need the full 600ml on this one. So let's do that. So I'm going to go with 300 of each. So I'm putting the hardener in. You can put, sorry, just going to measure that. There we go. Right. Yeah. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to split this between different cups for each different thing. Okay. And then fill that up. But you know what? She's actually right. So, sorry, Christine. Christine said, when I'm pouring my resin, pour it to the side. And so Christine's from Christine Cards and things. She said it'll make life a lot easier. And I was thinking, oh, this is hurting. Do you know what? She is completely right. So, pour your resin from the side of the bottle, rather than like that, pour it like that. And actually, do you know what? Christine, you're completely right, because that has given me way more control and ease than the other way. Do you know, this is why I love being part of the craft community, because the amount of stuff that you pick up online, you know, all the advice and everything, it's just absolutely amazing. So we're going to do this. I'm going to do the same again, just because I think it's, I don't even see, you can see how it's not very crystal clear. 1 drop, even in this much, 1 drop. And then you'll see it change before your eyes. It's such an amazing thing, and especially if you can't afford like the really expensive resins, hopefully this will, you know, help, and yeah, will help you when making stuff, especially if you want it crystal clear. I mean, look at that instantly. I mean, it looks in the camera, you can see it's got a purple tint to it, but in real life it actually looks like crystal clear again. Honestly, it just blows my mind how resin works and colour theory and all of that works. It's just fabulous. And that is just coming off beautiful. Right, okay, so for the leaf, I've got 2 measuring ones here, like cups. I mean, I've still got to give this a really good mix. For the leaf, I'm going to pour 5.5 ounces. And then for the Santa, this one, I need 6 and a little bit, so probably 6.5 ounces for that. And then what I have left will be this one. So, but I'm just thinking actually, for the sack and for the tray, I'm doing 3 different colours. So actually, I can just split up. Let's get some cups. I can just split those cups up and then colour the 3 colours, because I'm going to keep them the same. So we're going to do like a marbling. What I might do for the dish is I might do a dirty pour. And that's starting to bubble up quite nicely, so I can get the bubbles out, which is fab. This one we're going to have it as red. Don't know whether to do it red glitter, so I think that would be nice. I mean, I can't see any strings in there, so how much did I say I needed? So 6.5 ounces. And I will have to split these when I put them through the vacuum chamber. Right, okay. Although, if I'm going to do glitter, I'll take a little bit out. Right, there we go. Okay, so there's that. So that's for that one. And then with what's left, we want to split it. There's one. Oh, please don't tip over, because that wouldn't be helpful. and then this one, and I'm just going to combine them. I will get some more cups because I say in the vacuum shape that you don't really want to fill your cup more than halfway. So, like I say, that white is coming along really nicely. Right. Okay. You know what I should have done? Got my colours ready. But there you go. So, what I'm going to do is going to go and grab them. They're only on the other side of the room, but I'm going to pause the camera just so that it's a lot easier for me with editing. I'm a very lazy editor sometimes. Right, okay. Oh no! And that's what you don't want to happen. Right, okay. Right, okay, that it was a disaster, but the only downside to what has just happened, unfortunately, is that I've lost my sheet with all the information because it was covered in resin, but we are all clean. So yeah, that was not good, but I'm not going to take it out because I'm going to show you guys that I am just as clumsy as the rest of you. Right, I'm going to turn that off because that is done. So very quickly, let's get these on. I am going to start mixing these colours up. So the first thing that I want to do is I just want to get rid of that. I'm going to pop it in there. We're going to use these. So I've got my red glitter. Oh, if I can open it. And I'm just going to pour a generous amount in there. Now this is fine glitter, so I'm hoping that this will, actually I shouldn't have done it in this cup, I should have done it, oh well. I'm hoping it sort of stays suspended, so we shall see. But I'm going to split this up over a couple of cups, and then we'll get that in the chamber. So let me just release the pressure. There we go. Because I'll take them out and then I'll start putting these in and we can put them on. Okay, so like I said, I don't want it more than halfway. These are just little cups, but I managed to get a load of them at a really good price. So yeah, really pleased with that. Right, okay, let's take the lid off. And then let's grab them, and then I'm going to pop these ones in. Now I did get the large one, and all that means is it's a lot taller, so these ones fit in. Right, next up I'm going to do so I'm going to mix some green up. I want that bit, and then we've got this gorgeous dark green as well, so I'm going to do like a bit of a mix. This was in one of their boxes as well. Let's get that mixed up. Like this. Oh, that's coming out quite a nice colour. And don't be afraid to mix your colours as well. Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. Right, again, I'm going to get a couple of cups. I'm going to split it up. Once I've can't believe I did that. I don't think I lost a lot of resin, maybe about half an ounce, so, but I'm hoping that we had a lot of that. So okay, I'll do halfway, that should be fine. I'll pop that in. Right, but it just goes to show that I'm just, do you know what, I nearly tipped that everywhere then. I'm just as clumsy as the next person. But then, if you didn't already know that. Okay, I've got this gorgeous, gorgeous glitter. So, and it's like a gold holographic glitter. So I'm going to put that in there. Hopefully that is enough and get a stick. Okay. and because it's really fine glitter, it should stay suspended. So making sure that's all mixed in nicely. Oh, that's lovely. And then again, just split that up. And then the last colour that I want for the tray is a red. Let me get it out because I've already got it here. And it's just this paste. So, about that much. I want it quite like opaque, so, and it's just a metallic pigment paste that I'm using, but you can use any like red that you have. Okay, and I'm going to give this a really good mix, and you really need to make sure that all of that pigment paste, oh, it's beautiful red, it's like a candy red. You want to make sure that all that pigment paste is really all mixed in. Just grab some, wipe that off, that extra pigment paste off there, and then give that another stir because I can see some on the sides. If you don't mix in that pigment paste, then what will happen is where that pigment paste is in your project, it just won't cure, and it's just not worth it. So let's pour that in. Right, okay, let's get our little chamber on. And thankfully, oh, look at that. I mean, there's 3, 6, 9 cups in there, and they all fit just nicely. So I'm going to turn this on like that, and then what we're going to do, I'm going to get these and I'm going to spray them down with alcohol. Now, I did get asked, why do I spray them with alcohol? It's just to help the resin. That is all it is. It's just to get the resin into all of the gaps. Have I got, there we go, just to make sure we don't want any bubbles. Okay, pour that in. Right, and then I just want to go around this edge, making sure all those bubbles, we've got no bubbles, so I can see a few under there. It's a good thing about having a mould with like that's quite see-through. You can actually see, yeah, what's going on. I think that's okay. Right, I can see a bit of a bubble just there, so on there. I'm just going to try and coax them out. Hopefully there's one. Hopefully I get them all. I do hope so. Right, let's move that. I'm going to move this right to the back of my mat, and then we'll top it up over there. Okay, there's that one, and then let's do the other half. So again, spraying, making sure I get it all in there, and it, like I said, it's just to help the resin flow, and it just to help it get into all those delicate bits. I was going to say intricate. There we go, intricate. So let's keep pouring. Right, before I move that on, let's double check it, and then let's top that up. Okay, there's that one. Right, next up, let's do those wings. Now, the one place we need to make sure we're getting with the wings is just at the end here. So I'm sort of going to tip it actually and really push, try and get any bubbles out that shouldn't be there. Like that. Okay. Let's move that over there. I think I made up way too much, so I might be able to do something else. Okay, that one's filled up. Now for this one, and I'm going to colour this in after the fact, so hopefully I'm not causing any bubbles. Know me, I probably am. Right, okay. There's that one done. So I'll just leave that then and let that cure in there. And then let's pour this into here. Just like that. Right, okay. So I'm going to move this just up there. Hope that we have no bubbles. There's one in there. Okay. Oh, and then spilling it everywhere. Right, okay, we'll move that up there and then let's top this up so that it's done. I want it, I think, so it's domed. There we go. Right, so there's that one. Now, I reckon, oh, is that red going to go over? Oh, I don't know, it might do. But I just need to keep an eye on that. Yeah. Right, there we go. Okay, so do this. Right, I'm concentrating because I know how clumsy I am. Well, you guys also know how clumsy I am after what you've just witnessed. So I am trying my best to be as good as I can. Now I do want, if I can, I would like this to be domed so that I don't have to really trim it. But if we don't, that is fine. Okay. There we go. Right, that one's filled. So I've still got quite a bit left actually. So there is just over 100 ml, which is about 3.5 ounces left. I do have the no mould, so I thought, oh, I'll just grab that because we may as well pour them. Okay. Because we have it enough. Right, there we go. So there's one of the gnomes all done. I do have a little bit left in there, but right, okay, let's turn this off. This is the first time I've ever done such a big project in one go, so do better with me, guys, because this is yeah. Right, just waiting for that to release, and while we're here, there's one of them. Where's the other one? There he is. Right, okay. And then here's the other two. So what I'm going to do, we're going to have one that is going to be really funky. So let's scrape this out. And anything that we've got left over, I'm just going to dump in him and we'll see what happens. Because I think that'll be interesting. Right. Okay. Right, the pressure is released off there. So, right. Okay. I don't think I'm going to get any more out of that, even if I tried. Right. Okay. So that's that done. So, first up, just gonna clean off this spatula before I go any further. But I think we're gonna pour the Santa pulling his sack of presents. Okay, get that in there. Right. So as you can see, that was about to go over. Okay, so let's get him. I'm just going to spray in there again, making sure we get everything, and then we're just going to pour it all in. Oh my goodness, Dawn, you are so messy, so messy. I'd worry actually if one day I did everything without being messy. I'd be very worried. I think that there'd be something wrong with me. Right, okay, that one's done. Make sure no bubbles. Okay, and then this one. Okay. There we go. Get all of that yumminess out. Okay. Right, so there's that one. And then, oh, there we go. Right, I'm just going to move that. And then we're going to push this one back into place. Get rid of those. And that. So that can go there. And then we'll top it up. Like this. Okay. And hopefully I've got under everywhere. One can only hope. I can put a little bit more in. Right, okay, so I had just under 6.5 in here. And then we added a load of glitter. So I'm sitting at 1 ounce. Right, okay, so we'll deal with that bit in a second. Next up is this tray. So I just want to move this over if I can. And we'll pop the tray here. Okay, right. So for the tray, I want to do a dirty pour. So I'm going to grab all of these 3 colours. I do have more. And all I'm going to do is we're just going to do our dirty pour. Like this. And this one. Okay, a bit of green. And then a bit of gold. Okay, right. And then I'm going to get my stick and I'm literally just doing that. That's it. And then we're just going to pour this in. Oh, and make a mess, because if I don't, there's something seriously wrong with me. Oh, look at that. I think I may have just made up the perfect amount. Okay. Oh, there's a little bubble in there, so let's get that out. Right, okay. Now I'm going to do the jar. There we go. Yeah, let's do the jar first, because if there's any left, we can fit a little bit more in. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to spray that, and I'm just going to do like this. And we're just going to try and marble it. Okay. Yeah, let's use and the next one. Put it in there. Oh. And then the gold. Right, I think let's take all the glitter one out of here and put that in. Okay, so there's that. Right, and then the green. Again, just scrape all of this. There we go. And then our red. Hope it marbles quite nicely. I really do. Right, okay. So that is that. Get rid of those. We do have another 3 of the pots. Okay, here they are. Now the hope is I've got a bit of the green left for the trees and a bit of the gold left for the reindeers. That is my hope. However, right, it might be enough of that. Okay, red. A little bit more of the glitter, why not? It said hopefully we will have enough. Oh yeah, definitely have enough. Okay, right, so that one's filled. So what I'm going to do now is just going to grab this and get rid of that red out of there. Okay, and then I'm just going to pour this in. I just think it'll look really nice against that white. Now the key with these ones is do not dome them, because they won't fit into the gaps very well. Right, okay, so there's that one. Right, what I'm going to do is we're going to pop the last of this glitter in here. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Do you know what? Let's just pop the glitter in this red. I'm going to have to look. Oh no, I've got the... I'm thinking, what have I got that I can use? But we do have our gnomes, so we can definitely do the gnomes. Let me pop that there. Do you know what? Let's pour that in there. So it's like doing a dirty pour. Okay. Right. Okay. So where's the gnome with the white in? Is that one it? Yeah, so that one already has the white in. So all I'm going to do, just spray it. Oh, I didn't save the green. You silly woman. Oh, I was meant to save the green, so we're just going to try and lift it out. I can't believe I've just done that. There's me saying we'll use the green. Do you know what? Actually, I think we're okay. Oh my goodness. How crazy is that? So it's going to have a bit of a tint of red to it. However, there we go. We're saved. Oh, honestly. Now I know why I don't do big paws like this. Okay. So this needs a little bit more in. Now I am going to colour it after the fact, so when we do unmould it we will colour these in and do all the details and stuff, so that'll be quite nice. Right, I'm going to have to finish it off with this red glitter. Oh, look at that. Still not going to have enough. Right, do I have anything we can drop in there? Okay, although we haven't scraped yet, so you never know. Scraping, honestly, I highly recommend it, because you never realise how much you actually have there until you actually start scraping it. But yeah, not enough. So I do have a jar of like bits and pieces that I've done that haven't worked very well, so I can always drop something in him. But I'm thinking I should use the other spatula. I can't get away with these ones. I like them, but I just can't get away with them. Right, let's see. Oh, these are all going to be so nice. Oh, the tiniest amount as well. Right, let me clean this up. I'm going to find a bead or something that I can just dump. So I'm looking around to see what I've got. Let's have a look. Anything in here? No, not really. Oh, this is so frustrating. So frustrating. No, not in there either. Yeah, anyway, so I'll find something off camera just to put in there, just to raise that up. And I will see you guys back for demold. So for you, it'll be a second. For me, it'll be overnight. So I will be back soon. And the lighting should be so much better. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Right. Okay, we are back. And these should all be ready to unmold now. Oh, I never thought about that. We did a spill, didn't we? So I've just might have ruined this. I thought, oh, I'll top coat it, but I'll put it on my mat. What a silly thing. I should have put on a bit of silicone. Oh my goodness. Might have to get the husband for this one, but it's just an angel. Come on, please move. So lightens, there we go. Oh, actually, that is fine. It's just an angel that I did for a friend. So, right, okay. Let's move them out the way. So, we've got lots to unmold. First one I'm going to unmold is this one. So, do have a little bit of trimming around the edge, and I'm just going to use my scissors for now. I did get a bit of gold in there as well. I think this gold might have sunk to the bottom of this one as well. Oh my goodness, this is, oh no, that, yeah. Oh, I'm a bit gutted by that, but can't really see through that one. I will go around with a nail file on this. So, yeah. Yeah, well, I need my deburring tool actually. Let me grab the deburring tool. Here it is. Because I think if I trim them as they come out, then it'll make life a little bit easier. Okay. I think I did overfill this one. I don't know what gives you like gives me that idea. But yeah, I definitely overfilled this one. But I overfilled it in the hole that I wouldn't have to trim it. Yeah, I'm still not good at guessing, I have to say. So I poured these last night. They're still a bit soft. Now the reason why they are still a bit soft is because it takes just that little bit longer in the winter for them to harden. So do be wary of that. Okay, just this side. Okay, and then I think for this it's just a nice light file around those edges just to make it perfect. Okay, I like that. Yeah, I just, sorry. But the reason why I'm doing this now is because I really want to see this one together. Now I'm going to UV resin it in place, I think. So, and then this bit just slides into here. So there's a little gap there for it. That's just like that. Oh, actually, do you know what? That fits in. Probably won't have to. But that fits in quite nicely. And then we have our reindeer. Now the trees, oh, look at that. Oh, they look beautiful. So, I don't know if there's a certain way that these go. So, I might have to. I didn't dome these, so in theory they should fit. But they don't. So I'm just going to file down that edge. Okay. Yeah. Am I doing something wrong? Although, if they do fit, it is a very tight fit. I know when oh, there we go. So yeah, it is a tight fit, but I suppose it needs to be a tight fit because you don't want it to break. And then, that shouldn't need anything. So let's push this into there. It's really, I'm not gonna lie, it's quite a tough one, but this is probably the one that I've wanted to see the most. But I really have to, like, oh, I'm not gonna lie, this is really hard to get in. Oh, I don't want to break his antlers. Luckily it's still just a little bit soft. So you have to have it resting. Yeah, so when putting this together, so if you have got this mould, if you've managed to get this box, there is links in the description box below. You can buy the mould separately as well. If you have managed to get it, you need it on a flat surface to be able to push it in. So do bear that in mind. And then this just sits in here. So if I can get that on. And like I said, I am gonna UV resin this in place. Just want to lift that up a little so that it stays. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh my goodness, how absolutely gorgeous is that? That is beautiful. I want to make a couple more. So yeah, it was a bit of a faff on getting them in. However, they do need to be tight. So now that I know to use a flat surface, I will. But I definitely think I want to make a few more of them because they just absolutely beautiful. Really, really pleased with that. So that's that one. Let's do this one. So this is the sack. Okay. And we did it marbled like that one, but that one I think we're going to be a bit disappointed with. So, oh, instantly loving it. Absolutely loving it. How beautiful. Now with this one, do you know what, you could actually use this for Halloween as well. So this one could actually be used as a cauldron, I think, and not just a stack. So this is, yeah, I think this would work definitely for Halloween as well. I'm just filing off the bottom so we don't cut ourselves, but the marbling on that is just stunning. I am sorry for the lighting as well, because it is, I mean, well, it's like 8:30 in the morning, but it is such a cloudy day and rainy, so lighting is terrible. So I need to look at maybe getting some sort of lights, sort my camera out again, getting some sort of lights up here, but no, beautiful. I'm really pleased with that. So let's open this one, because like I said, I think this one I'm just going to be slightly disappointed. The back of it looks amazing. Right, I just need to get that, and I'm just gonna, I mean, look at that colouring. How beautiful is that? I really wish you could see what I see. Yeah, so all that glitter did sink. I didn't think it would. I thought it would be alright, because I'm more like now wishing that instead of, oh I've just scratched it, that was clever done. I'm sort of wishing that I just poured in the glitter on the top at the last, like very last, and then if some of it sunk it would look better, but I mean it's still nice. So again, just sanding down my bottom just so that it's not going to cut anyone. And then I will give this a wash in lukewarm water just to get those sandy bits off. However, I do think that is a lovely little dish set, so I'm not going to complain. It is beautiful. I did get a little tiny bubble there, underneath there. Thought I didn't see, but other than that, absolutely gorgeous. No more bubbles. So yeah, really nice. It's sort of like an inkwell, isn't it, on a feather? I really like that. So that's that one. Let's do the normies, because these were the, even though they were part of the box, I wasn't going to do them, but we had leftovers, so it seemed daft not to. So there's our first one with the Christmas tree. He's actually turned out really nice. Now I did go in, I had to top coat some stuff after I finished the video, so I had a little bit of clear left, so I just filled it up just with a little bit of clear. I don't know if I'm going to do anything to him. I really like that. So that's one of the norms, and then here's the other norm. Oh, sort this out first on. Okay, so let's do this. I think it's starting to rain again. Okay. Oh, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So this is the one with the snowflake. So that is those two. And then I started pouring, I poured the last bit of clear in this one. So I'll finish that up another day. Right, okay, let's do this. So this is the other tree ornament. So let's have a look to see how this looks. I will take you over to my other place when we come to actually colouring these in and doing what we need to do. Oh, I think I'm going to like this one as well. Oh, look at that. If we just colour in the trees, maybe the snowflake, and I might do an edge around it. How beautiful is that going to be? Oh, that is stunning. I love that. Yeah, love it. I'm glad we did it in the white. So we've got that one. This one I added a bit more clear to. So it's going to need trimming. And it looks like it's got a load of micro bubbles in it as well. But I know when it was in the vacuum chamber, it kept wanting to boil over. Well, bubble over, sorry. So it doesn't surprise me. But how gorgeous. The only thing I think I'm going to do with him is I'm going to give him some black boots, a white cuff around the bottom of his jacket and his arms, a white face, and then the white bit, well, white beard, sorry, and then the white around his hat, and that is it. That's all I'm going to do with that one. But absolutely gorgeous. I love that. Isn't that just so sweet? Right, so there's that one. Right, I need to put all of these molds away. Let's do, these are the angel wings. So this is the tub. Okay. Hopefully no bubbles. Okay, there's that one. Oh, no, no bubble. Oh, I've got a couple there, but you're not going to notice them. That is beautiful, and I'm not going to do anything to it. We're just going to leave that one as is, because I think, yeah, I don't think it needs anything. Beautiful, beautiful little tub. And then finally, we've got our bauble pot. So, no, it doesn't look like there's any micro bubbles in this one, which is good. But I found that every time I use red glitter, I can never get all the bubbles out. Right. There's that bit. It's lovely and shiny. You can see the snowflakes. So I might highlight those snowflakes either in blue, silver or gold. Might do that actually in... Might do it in silver actually. And then... let's do this one. Hopefully no bubbles. Let's have a look. So far so good. Right. No, oh my goodness, that is amazing. No bubbles whatsoever, which is fab. Just need to drill out that middle section there. And again, how stunningly beautiful is that? Oh, that is absolutely stunning. Do you know what you could do? If you didn't want to use it as a pot, you wanted to actually give it to someone as a bauble for their Christmas tree, all you'd have to do is glue on the top of it. And then that could be a bauble for your Christmas tree. I mean, it would be heavy, but I've got heavier ones than this on my tree. But yeah, I really, really like that. So, let's go over to our proper space where I know this keeps like... I wonder if my things are loose. Can you see how it just doesn't want to stay in one place? Yeah, there we go. Can you see? We're turning again. Ever so slightly. So annoying. So annoying. Anyway, let's move you over to where I normally work and let's see what we can do with these goodies, and then hopefully the lighting will be a lot better. So, give me 2 seconds and we'll get these done. Then, hopefully... this is better, so you'll be able to see. So that's that one. Gorgeous. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of UV resin on either side, on the front and the back, and that is it. Re-drill out that hole and put some ribbon on, and that's all I'm going to do with that one. I might even pop in just a little bit of UV resin onto the bottom of there just so that they stay in, but I am loving that. I mean, you don't need it. However, I think just for security, but I really like that. I want to make quite a few more of them for my own Christmas tree, because I think that would be quite nice. This is the little bauble pot. So with this one, I was thinking silver. So I've just got my pens. Got these from Amazon. Honestly, they are the best pens ever. I love them. So I'm just sort of going to colour in over the top. So this will be quite subtle, whereas if I did gold or blue, it would stand out quite a lot. But I don't really want it to stand out. I just want a little bit, a little hint of colour. So I'm just sort of just rubbing this along the top like that. So hopefully you can see that. But absolutely beautiful. This box, I'm not even joking, it is so worth every single penny this month. I mean, it's worth it every month. However, this month, the moulds that we get are just stunning. Okay, and then this one. Now, I don't know whether to do all the lines and stuff or whether or not we just leave it. I'm very tempted to do this edge. Because I think, yeah. And I love that we can just, you know, add colour to it with our acrylic markers. Now, if you want to seal this in, I use Yacht Varnish Spray Sealer. I get it off Amazon. I've not seen it sold anywhere else. But you can get, I think, I buy it in bulk, but I do quite a lot. So you can buy one at a time, but it works out cheaper if you buy more. So I get 6, and it's about £16 for 6 cans. And then I just, when I do stuff like this, if I want to seal it in, I take it outside and then I use the yacht sealer, so I know that once that's dried it's not going to go anywhere. So I've got a little bit of snowflake just popping out there and here, so we don't want to forget that. Right, okay, so that's the lid, and then we're going to do the same for the bottom. So I'm just going to colour all of this in like this. Yeah, just a hint, and then I think we're going to colour along this bottom bit as well. Okay, I don't want to bore you, so I'll finish this little bit, and then I'll do the rest of the snowflakes off camera, I think. If you don't want it, although if you don't want to see this part, you can just fast forward me. Okay. Right. Now there's a little dent in this snowflake, and I don't know why. I wonder if there's a dent on the mould. Unless, I'm wondering if I've had something pushed up against it. I'm thinking that might be what's happened. Okay, last little bit. So just keeping it quite simple. I mean, you can leave it without, but when we were pouring yesterday, I was like, I have to do these in white and then add the colour in, because you know when you just have something in your mind. I'm glad I've gone with the silver. I'm glad that I've gone with like subtle. I think this is the last snowflake, and then this one is done. There is a few snowflakes around the bottom, just here actually, so I was going to, but let's do it because there's not that many and they're all halved. Okay, and I think it'd just look odd if I didn't. And then we just leave this to dry, and like I say, I probably seal this in because it's a pot. The chances are this is going to get handled quite a bit. Now if it's not going to get handled, I don't bother. So like my figures and stuff, they're not really going to get handled, so I don't. There we go. Right, that's our little pot done, and that just looks really nice. Next up we have this gnome. So I'm going to go with a blue snowflake, this nice pale blue. Oh, let's colour him in like this. Okay, and then I think okay, I like that. That looks really nice. It's very, very pale blue. Is that a little darker? This one's a little darker, so I'm thinking let's do the hat with this one. Yeah. And then maybe just the nose afterwards. So I'm going to colour that in. And I don't seal these ones. Like I said, if like there was going to be something that would be handled quite a bit, then I would seal them. But if you get if anyone ever buys anything from me and it hasn't been sealed but you want it sealed, then you can just do it with a coat of any varnish. Just make sure you do thin coats. Can you hear the seagulls? So we do live near the seaside. Well, I'm not right on the coast. We're about a 10-minute drive away from the seaside. So we do get seagulls a lot, especially when it's raining as bad as what it is. Now this will need 2 coats so that it looks nice. Okay, just do this. I mean, you don't have to do this at all actually. You could, honestly, you could just pour them and leave them because they look beautiful just like, you know, without anything done as well. Yeah. Right, okay. Leave that to dry and then, oh, I like him. Yeah. You know what? I don't even know if I want to do his nose. Right, okay. Next up, let's do this one. So we want green for the trees. I'm just going to go over them. Yeah, it is raining. I don't know if you can hear that. You should be able to hear it on the roof. It's dead, very therapeutic. Right, okay. And then we need brown for the bark. So, oh, there's a nice brown. So let's, oh, hang on, we've missed a bit of green. We've missed a bit, and just there. Right, okay. And then brown for the bark. And there's this one, and then I'm going to do the snowman's arms so that they're done. Yep. And I think, oh my goodness, it's really coming down now. Let's do black for his hat. There we go. I don't know if I can. And then black for in there. Oh. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to do a red scarf. Like so. There we go. Really liking that. Now, will this fit in to give, oh, I'm just trying to get, oh, there we go. It's the best that I can do now. There we go. Okay, I think I'd like to colour around here. I am going to colour this snowflake in though, because we do have a snowflake just up at the top, like that. Okay. Now I was thinking gold or Well, I was thinking green actually, but now I'm thinking maybe silver. Hopefully it will look nice. So I'll just paint that up. Right, like that. So I'm concentrating. I find, and I'm listening to the rain as well, I find that when it's nice and relaxing, I'm very quiet. Right, okay. I love that. That is so simple. Absolutely beautiful. So really liking that. Next up, let's do our Santa. So for Santa, we're going to colour this bauble. Now I'm a bit worried because there is some bubbles in him, but we will work with it. Now we're going to need a couple of coats on him, but what I'm hoping is just by adding in the white detail that this will just make this even better. So, but like I said, it will need 2 coats. Oh, it's trying to do it as well because I need to steady my hand using the piece. Otherwise I just shake. Okay, and then this bit. Now it doesn't matter if I go over, because that is bound to happen. I can always take that off. Nice. Right, I'm going to give him white eyebrows. Why not? We're there anyway. And then let's colour his moustache and then his beard. Okay. So, sorry, I am concentrating really badly. Because I do not want to mess any of this up. Now, because it is that dark colour, like I said, that dark colour, it's going to need a couple of coats. Okay, there's that, and then I just want this bit of his beard. I need to change the nib on this one. I use this one all the time. This and the black. These are my... But the good thing about these pens is they actually come with spare nibs, which is nice. That's starting to dry, so let's go over the top. Right, let's do his cuffs. Just get in there. Like that, and then I think this just brings him out. Okay, so I'm going to do around this bit. Now I have noticed there is some stars on the sack bit, so I might get the gold and do that. Okay, and then I want this bit. Now it is absolutely coated, like covered in what do you call them, micro bubbles under there, but that is fine. Hopefully on the second coat they'll be filled up with paint. Okay, Right, so that's that done. Let's keep the white out. I'm going to give him black boots, but what I do need to do is I do need to trim it. And hopefully my deburrent hill will do the job. There we go. Get that off and do it all the way around. Don't really right, let's use, should have done this before I started pouring it, but there you go. Give that a nice sand. Make sure it looks nice from the front, and then where I've just sanded, I'm just going to grab a wipe on his boots. Will get covered anyway with the black. Right, okay, so there's that. So now let's give him some black boots like this. That was Lady, by the way. Although I'm surprised our little Nala's not snoring yet. She's been snoring like a trooper all weekend, but then that could be the medication she's on. So okay, I'm just going to finish off those boots. Oh, this looks amazing. I'm hoping you can see. I really am hoping you can see. Like I said, the light in here in the studio is terrible because outside it's dark. It's one of the reasons why I try and do a lot of my filming for like December, January in the beginning of autumn. But I feel like we've just gone into winter, even though technically we don't go into winter until December. Oh, I've just, you know what, I've just noticed on his beard we've missed a load off. So just around there. Okay, right. So I'm going to go over where we've just done. Like this. And then this bit. And just make sure that it's nice and bright. Okay. And then do his eyebrows again. And let's do his mustache. I'm going to leave his beard because I've just put that little bit on where I'd missed. So I'm going to leave that for now. And do his cuffs. But I mean, look at the difference between the two, like having a second coat. Do you know what this pot would be really good for? Candy canes. You know, just sitting your candy canes in over Christmas. Oh, on your, I don't know if anyone has a hot chocolate packing station. Making station. Making station? Oh my goodness. Yeah, but you could put it on there with your candy canes in. That'd be cool. Right. So, yeah, you can see that the paint is going into most of those little bubbles. Okay. I'm thinking the coat may need another coat. Although it's looking good. Right, okay, let's do his beard. So let's colour that in. So it's going to be quite a long video, so I hope you don't mind. Hope you're enjoying it. This is definitely your most up-to-date video, because all the videos that are coming up were actually filmed in the summer. So like the 24 days of Christmas that you're about to see, were all filmed in the summer. So this is your most up-to-date video. I'm hopefully going to get back into recording so that we've got some videos after Christmas. It all just depends on how our little girl is doing. Oh my god, that is so cute. Right, okay, the last thing that I want to do, I'm going to grab this gold. I'm just going to colour in those stars that are around. I feel like I want to do the snowflakes. However, the only thing that's getting me about the snowflakes is there's quite a lot of micro bubbles in. So by colouring them, there, I don't even see on the on this star, you can really see those micro bubbles. Yeah. Oh, let's do that Christmas tree as well. Right, okay. So, do you know what? I feel like I want to. Should we just do it? Do you know what? Why not? You don't know until you try. I just think it will bring the most beautiful detail. And if we've got micro bubbles, we've got micro bubbles. It's not the end of the world. Oh, I love it. Yeah, I'm glad we're doing it. I'm glad we're doing it. Like I said, I do apologise about Lady. She is snoring away. She, because Nala won't sit on it for some reason, she's on the heated mat. But then, yeah, Nala's on about a million blankets. Although Nala should be the one on the heated mat. But every time I put her on it, she just looks at me as if to say, oh, Mum, leave me alone. I want to go back in that bed. So, oh, I like it. I like it. Let me know what you think. Which one's your favourite? That'll be interesting to see which one, you know, which one of the makes today is your favourite. I am definitely loving that 3D ornament. I'm loving this, what I'm doing now. I love the bauble. Do you know what? I don't know. It's hard. Really, really hard. I think out of all of them, the one that I'm going to make more of is probably the 3D ornament, because I'd like a set of 6 for my tree. That'd be nice. And these I won't make any more because I've just made them. So these will be either my personal, or I don't know whether to put them in the shop, where you can order them like made to order. So I keep these ones anyway. But yeah, we could do made to order. You'll have to let me know. I don't know what you guys would want. So it's yeah, it's nice to hear your feedback. Right, last two. Oh, do you know, and even though I've not been really like precise with this, it looks, doesn't it look stunning? Oh, I'm so glad we did that. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. So he is done. My little Santa pot is all done, so I'm really pleased with him. Right, okay, this one. Right, oh, I don't know what I want to do. First of all, let's grab the sander and sand around the bottom, because we don't want. So these, so all my little characters, everything that I make in the videos, I do like a little lucky bag on my website, which is $4.99, and you get 4 little characters, because I pour them with extras, and I've been doing a lot online. I ended up with quite a bit, so if you ever wanted any characters, then they are offered in the lucky bag. So you've got no choice on what you get, however you do get 4 random ones, so you could have anything in there. If there was like something in there specific that you wanted, then I could maybe do that for you, but yeah. Okay. I think the only thing I'm going to do to this is just colour the tree. So let's do that. Okay. Like this. Last bit. Okay. Try that again. Right. Oh my goodness. That is so cute. Okay, last bit for the tree. I'm going to grab the gold again because we've got that star on the top. So let's colour that star in. And then I'm just going to colour these bits of the tree as well. And just like this. Oh, they're so cute. Talk about lady. She just sounds so cute. Poor little lamb's been neglected because we've had to do lots of physio and clean-ups and yeah, just everything with Nala the last this past week. I'm hoping this is going to go up on Sunday. So she's doing amazingly. Right, yeah, that's it. So I'm going to do with that. So that one's done. I think that's it. Do I want to do anything to these? No. Do they need anything? No, definitely not. Only thing to do now is where's my UV resin? Where is it? I've got one here, but it's not the greatest. So right, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn this over and put a little dab around there. Just use this. It's cold in here, so it's gone quite thick. So I'm just going to spread that on there and then get my torch, which is actually plugged in for a change. And then we're going to just seal that in. And it really is all I'm going to do with this. The other thing you could do if you wanted to seal colour in, you could just use UV resin and just cut paint it on with a paintbrush. So there is other ways to seal in your paints. Right, so that's that side, and then I'm going to do just in there. I will leave it under the lamp for a while, for a good 5 minutes once I've finished recording. Oh, let's pop a little bit in there, and a little bit in there. We just need a tiny bit to hold it. And then stick them in. Like I said, these are going to be yeah, it will be popped. Now if it was lovely and if it was an absolute gorgeous day, even if it was cold but the sun was shining, then I would leave it outside and it would do it outside quite easily. But as it is a miserable winter's day, although I love days like this when it's coming up to Christmas, I love it when it's wet and cold and yeah, just nice. Just makes me feel all cozy. Let me know if you like the same. Right, okay, the last bit that I want to do is I just need to pop a drop of resin in here, and that is just to stick that in like that. Okay, and then we are going to cue that. So now this will not move at all, and yeah, it looks so cute. Okay, like I said, this will go underneath the lamp. So there you have it. So that is now stuck into place. Yeah, we've got our little bauble pot We've got a couple of little gnomes. We've got another gorgeous little decoration here. We've got our little pots. I mean, there's 4 pots in this one. Look at that. I love those wings. Don't need anything doing to them at all. So yeah, let me know which piece is your favourite. I am going to go with this one. Yep. Definitely this one. I absolutely love it. But that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much. Sorry about the lighting, because like I say, it is a new setup where I am doing the resin. I've only done maybe 2 videos over there now. I do have another couple that I need to do over there. I need to look at lighting of how we can make that a bit better, but that will be a problem for the new year. But that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy crafting. Bye.